What's going on, class? The objective today is to show you how to build charts using the ggPlot2 tidyverse package in R. So let's dive right in. Now I have a file on my desktop called Superstore. So let's load that in. If you don't know how to load in a file, you can check out a previous video, how to import CSV files into R that we recorded. So I'm going to name this data as Superstore, and I'm going to go read underscore CSV. So read underscore CSV, and the name of that file is superstore.csv on my desktop. So that reads in, and I know it works because I see it down here in my environment. So let's take a look at it. Here are all of the data. Here is rather all of the data in this data set. So let's dive right in and start building some visualizations so we can gain an understanding of what's going on, aka run some exploratory data. So the first thing I always do is I want to understand what are the names of the columns in the data set. So call names allows us to do that. This function just pulls up the names of each column so I know what I'm working with. So you type in call names and then Superstore. And when you run it, here you'll see the name. So I have ship date, I have product name, I have sales, profit. So then I'll just start answering myself questions. Is there correlation, for example, between sales and profit? Do the more I sell as a business, am I more profitable? All right, so let's answer that question. We can answer that question, as you guys know, with a scatter plot. How to build a scatter plot in R. So the first thing we're going to do is call the data. The data set is called Superstore. And then you want to do Shift Command M, which gives us this little piece of code, almost like a shortcut that means and then. So call up the Superstore data and then Shift Command M. You type in ggPlot, right? AES stands for aesthetic. And what do you want to put on the x-axis and what do you want to put on the y-axis? On the x-axis, I want to put sales, right? On the y-axis, I want to put profit here. And then we want to add to that the type of graph. So I type in geom underscore, and then I look for point. So that is a scatter plot, and then I can run this like this. All right. Here in my plot, you will see I have a scatter plot, which shows sales and profit and the correlation thereof. Let's build out one more chart. So the chart I want to do here is hashtag how to build bar chart. Now, bar chart shows us categorical comparisons. So I want to see which segment do I have the most sales in? So I want to build out a bar chart that shows me what is my highest selling segment. So the same step, you pick the data set at Superstore, and then you want to come down here and do ggplot again. Okay. ggplot, aesthetics, AES. And then we say, what do we want on the x-axis? On the x-axis, I want to put segment. Right? And on the y-axis, I want to put sales. Like we did before, we're going to add to that a geom bar. And what's unique about the bar chart is we have to set stat, right, equals identity. Stat equals identity. All right? It's just a unique function that we have to write in for R. So you can see here that in the consumer segment is my highest grossing segment, and my lowest is the home office. Let's do one more. The last one we're going to do is a line chart. A line chart. How to build a line chart in R. So you call the data Superstore. And then what we want to do, and then that's the percentage greater than percentage. You type ggplot, which is part of our package. AES stands for aesthetics. What do you want on the X? What do you want on the Y? On the X, because this is a line chart, it requires some value of time. So I'm going to do a shipping date. Ship date here. Boom. And on the Y, or excuse me, on the Y axis, I'm going to put, let's say, quantity. I'm going to put quantity. So the question I'm asking here is which day do I ship the most stuff? Or which days have I shipped the most stuff? And so then we could come here and we do ggplot, line, and we run it. Now this is going to take a while to sort of generate because we got a lot of data points. So I'll just come here and put in some notes for you. So this step is pick the data set. Here we have create the aesthetic. Pick what goes on the X and Y axis, and here we pick the chart type. All right. So this is not a very beautiful graph, but you can see the line chart over time. All right. Mission accomplished, guys. I showed you how to build charts in R using the ggplot functionality. I will see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.